So, good morning or good night, depending on where you are in the world, and welcome to another anniversary album review of The Shield Dude on a Couch. I'm your host, Hector, and I'm joined again by Señorita Sabrosura, and we're here to talk about this album, Placebo. Without you, I'm nothing.
I'm not.
So, Señorita, how are you tonight?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm feeling better. How are you?
I'm good. I'm kind of like a sore throat too, but the show must go on. And of course, you when I realized that it was the anniversary of Placebo, I'm like, well, Mary Señorita Sabrosura is obsessed with Placebo, and it's another band that I used to listen to sporadically, but you like really got me into them as well. So you're obviously here going to discuss obviously the what we thought when we first listened to this album, when we first listened to it. We're gonna discuss then our favorite tracks, and obviously has it held up 25 years later. So, Señorita, so since you're like the Placebo expert and you've seen them live, like, what
Twice.
what was your initial impression of this album when you first heard it?
Well, I love their debut album, but this is the album that like make me a fan and made me fall in love with the band. I think since I first listened to the singles, like I immediately like it. I like how it has some slow songs and other uh more hard rock songs, if you can call them that. It has like more complex emotions and lyrics and sounds more deep. So I immediately love it. I know a lot of people listen to this album when Cruel Intentions came out, and and he's driving. I think it's that like the intro of the movie. He's driving the car, no sunroof, listening to every you, every me.
Yeah, and it was Ryan Philippe. He was so
Yes,
dreamy.
yes. So seeing Ryan Phillippe listening to every you, every me from Placebo, driving his car was so dreamy. You're right.
It did it for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, but you did listen to this before the movie came out, right?
Yes, I did listen to this before the movie came out. Um, and I immediately like it. Like I said, I think I love the whole album, the placing of the songs and how it goes from one another, like how it flows.
Yeah, I like how you say that there's like more rocker. Like, what was the term that you said for the rocking songs?
More hard rock songs.
Hard rock songs. Like, well,
Yeah.
the girl I'm dating would call that sound the rah rah sound. She coined that. I'm like, oh, that makes sense. The rah rah. It's too rah rah sound for me. But yeah, I wouldn't say that Placebo fits in that. So for me, I first listened to this as a poser that I am when the Cruel Intentions movie came out. Before that, I didn't know, but yeah, I remember that movie like because obviously everybody saw that movie. It had Sarah Michelle Gellar, and it had Reese Witherspoon like real young, and
Yeah.
it was like a like what this came out in 1990. I was in college, but yeah, it was a movie that everybody saw, and I remember the soundtrack. I remember two songs from the soundtrack: "Every You and Every Me" and "The Bird."
Yeah.
Bittersweet
Bittersweet
Symphony.
Symphony.
You know, those were the
Yep.
two tracks, and that I really remember from that album. But because I enjoyed those both tracks, I checked out both bands more, and uh, I can say that Placebo. I enjoyed them, but I didn't like buy their albums. I like listened to some songs here and there, but I
Okay.
thought they were good. I got more into them uh, then after when the my cousin got me when I had the iPod. I had the albums there, and now I got more into them when we reviewed on the channel their last album, and I went and revisited like all their music, and I bought this one. I think this one, and there's another one that I really like, the blue one, the
Sleeping
cover.
with Ghosts.
Yeah, but yeah, I bought this one obviously because I knew that single so much. But yeah, it's the first impression uh when I heard that track. Yeah, I really enjoyed it, and I listened to other tracks from Placebo, and I thought, yeah, they were great. So, Señorita, I'm afraid to ask, what are your favorite songs?
Well, like I said, I love the whole album, and I really enjoyed the slow songs here in this album, like The Crow, My Sweet Prince, Bird Queen. Uh, but the opener, the opener, it's a great opener, Pure Morning. And you want to know something strange? This song, Pure Morning, wasn't supposed to be in the album. They finished the album, and then they start to record a B-side session, and that song was for the B-sides. And when they took the B-sides to the label told them, you have to put this song in your album, your record. And they say, no, 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 our album is done, it's finished, no, no, no. And the label insisted, and they told them, you have to give it a chance, this is a great song. So they did it, and it's the opener, and that's what it's such a simple song. Like, I think it's like two chords, and it has like a loop at the beginning, and you have a visitor there.
Yes, I have a stowaway who wants to be on the video.
Oh, I saw a tiny hand.
But yeah, I remember that. I think it's pure genius that the record label told them to put that song on the record, because that's
Yes,
it's a great album opener. Uh, and I think it really they needed that song because it's like,
yes, and the song sets the tone for the record. Pure Morning is about when you're coming down after being high all night. So the album is all about that, and it became like a really important song for the band, and they almost didn't put it in the on the record.
yeah, and a friend with weed is better. I love that track, and it's like when they
Yeah,
go like pure morning. I really now I didn't know that. I think that it would have been like a huge mistake to not have this as a album opener. I think it's a perfect album opener.
it's a perfect opener. I also like the Brick Shit House. I love how it changed. It has like a 90s electro rock mixed with Sonic Youth influences. I know the band was very into Sonic Youth and other bands like Peter Harvey. So they have the influence there.
Yeah,
And
that's a good one too.
uh, and in the other song I really like, it's You Don't Care About Us. I think it's a great song to sing along, and it shows like Brian Molko recreating that Jay Maskey's late 80s guitar.
Yeah, that's a great. Yeah, it's a great track as well.
And then my favorite song from the album, of course, is Without You I'm Nothing. And I really like the version here, but I also like the other version with David Bowie. Uh,
You do. I'm shocked that you like the version with David Bowie.
well, and the story about how he came to do a song with David Bowie. Well, they already worked with him, and they tour and whatever. A month after the album was released, Bowie called them and told them, "I fell in love with one of the tracks of your late album, so I want to do a version of that song, or you either let me record that for a new album for me, or you let me come to you and do a version, a duet with you. And they say, of course, come and do
Yeah.
a
Who
duet
would say
with
no to
us.
Bowie? I just imagine like David Bowie like that singing Say Anything, just like with the album like this, like holding out like, please, Placebo, let me do one of
Let-
your songs with you.
and they record the song, and I think it came out as a single later with Bowie, and they do some videos. And when they were on tour, Bowie came and sing with them the song and other songs.
Would you imagine the balls he would have taken to say no to David Bowie?
No, but they were fans and they were friends, and Bowie was like a mentor, so they're not gonna say no.
No one, I don't think no one would say no to Bowie in the right
Yeah,
mind.
and it's like a great validation. You're a band, and Bowie told you, "I fell in love with one of your songs. Please let me record it." It's like,
Oh yeah,
okay,
I would
validation.
be psyched. So yeah, so you know, like my favorite tracks, I gotta agree. Without You, I'm Nothing. It's just great, and obviously that's why they named the album Without You, I'm Nothing, because it
Yeah,
really
it's a great song, great lyrics.
great song, great lyrics. I love Pure Morning. Every You, Every Me, I love it, but it's been so overplayed that
It's very catchy,
it's
and
really catchy. But it's one of those songs that you're like, it's been played so much.
yeah, I don't think the band play it anymore. When
They're
I
probably
saw
sick of
them,
it.
yeah, when I saw them,
Mm.
uh, once in Madrid and one and the other time here in Chicago, they didn't play any song from this album because a few years ago, when the album turned 20, they did a tour for 2 or 3 years, playing the anniversary Placebo 20. So they got tired, and now they didn't play any song. They play songs from even the first album, but not from this album because they are tired. It's
Yeah, they
overplayed,
played.
but
I
but
think,
it's so catchy. It's great.
yeah, I also think My Sweet Prince is a nice like type of ballad too.
You know what that song is about, right?
No, I'm
It's
like,
about
he's singing the,
it's about heroin.
oh, well, it
Yeah,
makes sense because I'm like, it's a, yeah, makes sense.
like the vein, the hole in my vein, me and the dragon chasing the pain away. That's all code for heroin. This album talks a lot about drugs, sexuality, addiction, relationships. Brian said that song, "My Sweet Prince," it was about his relationship with drugs and also with a toxic person.
So basically, maybe she was like, maybe she was doing the drugs too with him, and it was a toxic relationship. But yeah, it's a good song, and uh, I also think the album Closer Burger Queen is interesting. It's got a weird
Yes,
title, like a burger.
it's a play on Burger King.
Yes, but it's Burger Queen. But yeah, so now,
And you know there's a hidden track there in the album
yes,
too.
the evil dildo.
Yes.
You
Yes.
don't wanna meet an evil dildo. It will be
No. And in the song, I think the song is like all instrumental, and then at the end, some part of the song you can hear some voices. That voices are recording that were left on Brian Molko's answering machine with death threats,
nice.
and he decided to put them on the song.
Yeah, and you know that's something very old school. Kids today won't know what a hidden track is. They're like, hidden what? Like that was something that in the 90s, like you wasn't it cool when you like listen to an album and there was like a hidden fucking track at the end? Like Nirvana had a hidden track, Stone Temple Pilots had a hidden track, even Korn had a hidden track, and Placebo, a hidden track, but
Yep.
it's something that's it's gone. They don't do it anymore. It's Green Day. A lot of bands had those hidden tracks. It was like fun, like oh, you're like, oh, it's still counting. There's something there. and you get the hidden track. So yeah, it's cool, and it's good that you have all that knowledge for Placebo, that it was messages that they were left. So 25 years later, has this held up for you?
Yes, of course. This album is still on my rotation. I have it on vinyl. I had it on CD when it first came out. I think it's a solid record, and it still holds up.
Yeah. Do you wish that you can see them playing this record live?
Of course. It has some great songs, so I wish, but you never know. They say, well, they got tired, and but they never say no. Like maybe when he turns 30, they're gonna do another tour. I don't know. I wish.
Yeah, fingers crossed. So for me, yeah, it's held up too. I really got more into them because of you. So,
And I think this is, if you don't know Placebo, this is a great album to start with the band.
and I just love the cover. Do you know what the inspiration for the cover is?
No, those are sisters. They are twins, even though they have different hair. They are twins. I know that because Estefan, one of the members of Placebo, he took a picture when the album turned 20 with both like, oh, I haven't seen them in 20 years, so they reunited. And they just wanted to use something simple for the album cover, and they found like a great photographer.
Plus, they have a couch.
Yes, the couch from the 90s.
And obviously, like if people haven't seen it, you have here are the sisters again.
Yes.
They're super white. like
I like that it's not the band, like it's two random people.
yeah, two
Like
round
it's not
people.
Brian who's the band.
Yeah, so yeah, I think also, like I said, 25 years later, it's still a very solid album. And I would recommend, like, if you are new to Placebo, I think this would be a good introduction to the band as well. So yeah, this October 12th, this is turning 25. So we want to know from you people, what are your earliest memories of listening to Without You and Nothing from Placebo? Do did you find them through cruel intentions as well as me, posers? And uh, what are your favorite tracks from this album? What other albums that are turning, that have like anniversary soon, would you like us to cover? I think that we're doing something different in a few weeks. We're going to cover more than 2 albums that have anniversaries that are from the beginning of the 2000s, where you had that garage rock that had like a resurgence. So we're gonna do like 2 albums, and we're gonna talk about that type of like rock for our next video. And we may also do an album review for the new Crosses album that is coming out on the 13th. So look for that next week, and something the week after. And we may do another Halloween special this year. So be on the lookout for that. So if you like the videos that we're putting out, do not forget to give us a like, and do not forget to subscribe. That helps us with the YouTube algorithm, so we can get to more people like yourself. And I'm so close to 1,000K. So please, people, share these videos. Put them, the watch hours, put them on the background, even if you're not listening, and send to people that like this. And of course, subscribe to Señorita Sabrosura and buy her merch at sabrosura.art. What do you have some new merch coming?
Yeah, on Instagram.
Yes. So until next time, people, this is Hector, the Shield Dude on a couch.
Señorita Sabrosura.
And we'll see you next time for another anniversary album review or another video. So until next time, have a great night, and we'll see you next time. Thank you and good night.